thinkscott.com. Extremely excited to bring to you Miss Sasha Simmons. Sasha is my newest mentee, and man, what an amazing story that we're going to share with you guys today. In fact, it is the reason that we have launched the Voice of More campaign, which is specifically this step towards creating a $10 million endowment fund to foster personal growth and development and entrepreneurship. But for right now, I want to tell you about this exciting text that I got and really the history behind that. So Sasha, if you will, first tell them a little bit about yourself and then how this comes about.
Yes. Hello, everyone. Sasha Simmons, as he said, I am a motivational speaker and aspiring author. Reached out to Nate back in January of 2014, asking him if he was a real estate investor and if he could recommend any books that I could read. He immediately responded back to me. And within a week, we actually met with each other. He asked me what my aspirations and goal was. I told him, and he said he thought he could help me. So we just started talking back and forth. He has been on my case non-stop. Some things I did not want to hear. It was tough. At first, I wanted somebody to kind of coax me along, but he was not hearing that. He was like a drill sergeant. And he really pushed me. And there was one thing that I was not budging on, and that was the piece of network marketing and joining him on the Body by Body Challenge. I was not budging. I did not want to do it. And so he talked to me. He said, well, why don't you want to do this? Why are you so resisting it so adamantly? I just did not want to do it. And I really sat down and thought about it, and I was afraid to hear the word no. I was afraid of rejection. I didn't want anyone to tell me no. And I had experienced being told no before and pushing a little further, but that was so far back. I already accomplished those goals. Now it's time for me to take a new step even further. And this was completely out of my element, completely out of my comfort zone, and I did not want to do it.
Now let me ask you though, now with that said, now what was it that I continued to tell you about my story, and what were you not getting as it relates to the bigger picture? What was it really about my story that I said the value of getting involved in something, and then specifically saying teaming up with me in this particular endeavor?
Well, first of all, you kept telling me that I was closing my mind, and I wasn't thinking beyond. It was like I had blinders on, like I could not see beyond what I did not want to do. And you kept coaching me, and you kept telling me, Sasha, you have to step out, you have to do it. And he kept pushing me. And I listened to your story and how you were introduced to personal growth and development through network marketing. He said it over and over to me a million times, I promise you. And I was like, okay, yeah, that's great. And I would hear what he had to say, and I would still go back in my own ways. And I think people do that all the time. They hear they know what's good, they know what they should do, they hear it, but then they just go back and they take no action. It's the same thing all over again. And that's exactly what I was doing. I was hearing it, then I would think about it at night, think about it when I got up in the morning. I would hear it playing over and over in my head, but I was still unwilling to budge, unwilling to move until you gave me this book. He went to Philadelphia, and when he came back for a conference, and when he came back, he said, I have a book for you. It's called Go For No, and you have to read it. And so I read the book, and I started reading it earlier this week, just read like a few pages, and then I stopped. And today was kind of a rough day, and I picked it back up, started reading it again, and could not put the book down. It was amazing, life-changing. I'm so excited. Nate, like, you don't understand. Like, I am so excited right now of the potential that of what I know is going to happen. Simply because I took the time to read this book. I actually listened to what you told me to do and took the time and read this book and realized that I'm the person standing in the way of my future. It's not anybody else. It's me. It was me not willing or being afraid to hear no.
Yeah, you know, one of the things I always tell people during, in 2012 when I did the Daily Habit Call was, number one, dramatic wealth is a virtue. Number two, be open and receptive to any ideas and people that will help you to achieve your goal of dramatic wealth. Let me say that again. Be open and receptive to any ideas and people that will help you to achieve your goal of dramatic wealth. And so, time and time again, I was going back and forth, and I'm always doing this. People will hear me say that personal growth and development and entrepreneurship is what I'm sharing with them, but for whatever reason, a particular company or vehicle would be the thing that overlaps or supersedes that which I'm actually saying. And ladies and gentlemen out there, what I want you guys to understand is that in 1996, the week that I graduated from West Point, I got introduced to personal growth and development and entrepreneurship. And it's because of that, picking up books and going to seminars and being around successful people, that exposure to a new environment. You know, Charles Tremendous Jones says that if you want to see me in the next 5 years, look at the books you're reading and people you associate with. Well, see, I'd never been exposed to an environment that was fertile. And so to that end, that's what I'm really encouraging you guys to really understand, that the value far, far, far supersedes a small possibility of just earning a quick check. My desire is for you to create long-term wealth with you being the asset. You see, and that's why my book is so important, Life is Rich, How to Create Lasting Wealth. And so to that end, so you got this book.
Yes.
And she sends me this text today, just like off the charts. And I'm like excited just to hear it. And that's why I wanted to rush out here just to see her specifically about this, because we had a great meeting on Tuesday night. And that I adjusted that format because of your resistance to doing a quote-unquote challenge party, because I wanted to let you see that I cared about you and what you wanted, and that there was something much more greater for us to do. So real quick, how was that experience?
It was good. It was good to have all the Generation Y people here and talking about what we want to do in life, talking about our future, our aspirations, just listening to each other. It was very empowering. It was a pretty long session. It lasted 3 hours, but everyone was engaged. They were writing. They were taking notes. I've talked to them since then, and it was really an overall great experience. So I hope to be able to do more, because it's just great to get people together and talk about ideas, talk about your future, and figure out how you're going to make it work. So it was very enjoyable. Thank you.
Awesome. And so that was the start. That was the start of something extraordinary. And so what we will be able to do moving forward is that right there is initially, that's the launch of the Voice of More campaign, which I'm excited to be able to work directly with you. And I want you to bring out all of your talents. And what it's going to do is give us a platform where we can actually speak life into people and teach them and expand them and teach the life skills that people actually need. And then from there, say, now what? Now that you see your situation, what are your options? And yes, one of those options will be to work directly with us, so that you're not spending money, you're learning how to invest money and getting far more value than what it is that you're initially putting in. And that's the way for you guys to help us on our personal mission to actually go out and feed 1,000 kids. We want to actually empower an army to impact social change, and this is only the beginning.
Yes.
And so, Sasha, I'm excited for you. I'm excited for me, because you and the process that we've gone through, we're documenting this. You know, we want you guys to understand how to go about finding a mentor, what's expected from the mentee, what the mentor is looking for, so that you don't go out with your hands and thinking that you're going to be grabbing. Understand that there is an expectation that you're going to be good seed. And guys, we look forward to actually being able to get that first book. So if you want to go ahead and pre-order that book, I want you to go ahead and do that, and also get ready, because we will be doing a live event to have that. To bring that to a full stage where you can hear you speak, and have me sit back and also be there to teach. So anything else?
It's been great. Thank you for everything. Seriously.
Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome. Hey guys, go to facebook.com/Voice of More. Again, facebook.com Voice of More /Voice of More, so you can get on our mailing list to see what the events are coming up. So until next time, this is Nate Scott with Miss Sasha Simmons in Jacksonville, Florida. Take care.